All right, we're back.
My bad. I hit the wrong button, man. My bad.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
everything good, man.
You good?
Happy to be on the show. Yeah, man.
You, my man, are you are stirring things up lately.
I know it, man. I know it.
So they just told me I didn't see this that you and Bill Haney you talk about fighting. I don't believe that. I don't
About
believe it.
fight, about fighting who? Each other?
Yeah, that's what somebody just told me. Is that true or that didn't happen?
Oh, where they get that from? That's a new one.
Okay, okay. That's what
Yeah,
somebody just
no, ain't talking about fighting each other.
because you would that wouldn't be competitive. You would.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. No, we not talking about fighting each other. No,
Okay,
I don't
okay.
know who said that, but hey, I done heard some stranger things though. People just make up. I'm so serious. People just make up stuff. Yeah, nah, we never talk about fighting each other at all. No.
Okay. So you guys came off this victory. So you were in Japan. First off, how was that whole experience just being in Japan?
Lovely, lovely. It was absolutely lovely, man. Great culture, great people. I cringe now, like I just said on somebody else's channel. I cringe now when people talk races in the comments and saying not the sushi out because they just so respectful. Like they don't deserve it, bro. They real cool people. You know what I'm saying? So
They good people.
yeah, nah, they real good people. They're
Okay,
real good people. Seriously.
okay. And then was the time acclimation was that a problem? Getting used to the time difference and all that?
Now here's the kicker. On the way there, everybody felt the exact same way too. So this is a good thing. On the way there, I slept. No, it's 13 hours ahead of where I am. I'm not sure where you are. It's 13 hours ahead of where I am.
I'm in New York.
Okay, so you will me and you on the same time zone. It's almost 12 o'clock at night, right? 12
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. So where we came from is 13 hours from me and you. So when we got over there, I think I slept like 8 hours on the plane. And
Mm,
I woke up with 4 hours left on the flight. I got
mm,
up. When I got up and landed, it was 2:26 the next day. So
okay.
we started the next day at 2:26. So all I had to do was go through that day and really I was good.
Okay.
Now for my son, he's able to do that. I had business I had to take care of, like over the phones and stuff, wasn't where I was at. So, I stay up all night anyway, even here.
Right.
But for my son, it worked out absolutely. He was on point like the first day, second
Mm,
day, he was on point. He,
okay.
he, he never had an issue. On the way back, that's where the issue started. On the one we got back, oh man, we've been dead. Like today is probably my first day having a regular day.
Yeah, it takes a while to get back used to it, right?
Man, when we came back, yeah, it's been bad. Today is Tuesday. Today is probably my regular first day. So yeah, it's been bad.
Shit. That boy you guys fought had pop. What was it? 19 wins, 17 KOs, something like that, right?
Yeah, 19 wins, 17 KOs. You know what I'm saying? I had a high percentage of KO rate. I think it was 89 or 70. It was high.
Super high, yeah.
Yeah, it was high. He had a high KO ratio, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Japan's number one fighter, or whatever. They had him ranked higher than us in box rec, which means
Uh-huh.
nothing.
No.
They had him ranked number 6 in the Ring magazine rankings. They had him ranked number 2 in the WBO. So, that I guess that proved that he was a formidable opponent. So we went out there and dispatched him. To show him that he wasn't really on our level. But we appreciate his determination. Had all the heart in the world. He just didn't have
He's
all. He just didn't
he
have all the skill in the world.
right. Well, I mean, he looked like he was punching. Like I know that he didn't get too many shots off on your
Right,
son, but
right,
the
right.
couple that he did your son say he has some power?
About the power.
Did he say that this guy has some power, your son? Did he feel it? I know it didn't hurt him, but did it say that the guy could punch or
The first round, we had a few words about a few things. So yeah, I'm gonna say, he was cool. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so that was one of the most just filthiest knockouts I've ever seen. That was disgusting.
It was, man. I told my son and I told his manager agent when we was with him yesterday. I said, I ain't gonna lie to you, like looking at him, watching him in the ring now with the not Quavan so much. That was my boy. But him with Santion and him with Sasaki, I don't know that guy. that guy was a killer. You understand me? Like me looking at his face, watching his demeanor, watching how he acted, watching even when you see him see the shot and just like put everything in it and just, take him up out of there. Like, that was vicious. That was a vicious person. And my son ain't a vicious person. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I guess in the sport of boxing, that's the way you got to be. So I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, shit. He. So I heard. I don't know if you heard this too. That that after the knockout, the kid
Yeah.
forgot the last 2 months of his life. Is that
Yeah,
true?
I think that had a lot to do with, unfortunately, his head hit the canvas a few times. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the back of his head. So that's very, very dangerous. I didn't even realize that in the fight when it was going on. I didn't realize that his head bounced off the canvas until we was in the van on the limo on the way back, and somebody showed us it's going viral, and they showed us the thing, and I was like, ooh, when I was there looking at it. I didn't see that same. I didn't see the same thing. I didn't realize his head, but I didn't realize his head bounced off the canvas.
Can I tell you what made that shit so almost horror movie gangsterish to me? Right? Your son gave me some Sonny Liston, Mike Tyson, Marvin Hagler vibes. Where after he knocks him out, he fucking just calmly bows, gets to his knee. And I think that was a respect to the fallen, right?
Absolutely.
Bows and just gets up and walks off. It was chilling.
I guess how they say, like, for example, when you get rich, like when you first get rich, you're gonna act the fool, but then after a while you get used to it, and there's nothing to you. So maybe it's like acting like you've been there before. So, maybe it's maybe it's the minute knockouts that he had before. Maybe it was the destruction of Santian, because you see how he had it after the Santian, because he destroyed Santian. So you saw the difference between that celebration and this celebration. Not to mention, though, even when the Santian celebration, he had a reason to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Because they was really being racist over there.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about him, every shot he throws, and this is what, I used to fight too. I would teach people every shot you throw, I feel like should have everything on it. And that's how you build endurance. This pity pat, everything this kid throws it's a mix. And there's the highest compliment coming from me. I'm a huge Roy Jones fan. It reminds me of Roy Jones with the quick twitch, but a Foreman. Like, right. It's like, so he comes in with the speed of Roy and the snap, but then the punch goes and it goes through like Foreman.
Well, first of all, people gonna get mad at you about mentioning those two greats for my son, because some people just don't like him like that. Second of all, I appreciate the compliment. Yeah. Third of all, I've taught him how to punch since he was younger. Like, it's the technique of the punch more than anything. He doesn't, I know it seems like he does, but he doesn't put everything in every punch. It's the technique that makes it seem that way. I promise you he don't. I, for one, saying my humble opinion, disagree with you. I don't think that every punch should have everything on it, because when it does, in my experience, this I know for a fact, in my experience, what you do is the opponent builds up resistance. Most knockouts come early in the fight. Round 1, round 2, because you're not, sometimes you're not warmed up. Sometimes you're not used to the blows that's coming. So it's like a shock. It's like a boom, boom. You know what I mean? And it's a shock. But when you get in there with a fight that hits on you hard and hard and hard, and every time it's hard and hard, your body builds up resistance. Your adrenaline cranks up and everything, and then that's when you come to the theory of the punch you don't see. So what you do sometimes is you got to touch him, boom. It's the one that he don't see coming. So he was ready for this. Then all of a sudden he wasn't ready for that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, I humbly disagree with you on the everything should have something on it, but that's just my humble opinion.
Maybe when he sees it, because they teach you at the very end is where you when you feel it. That's maybe all the ones that landed.
Yes. That's torque. You put the torque on it, really. You saw him. You see how he whipped it? Yeah, you put the torque on it. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right about that. You got to put that torque on there.
So he reminds me, I came up, I'm good friends with Jeremy Williams. Remember him? Heavyweight?
Not really.
He, a light-skinned kid, he got knocked out by Sam Peter. It was a viral one.
Oh, yeah. I do know Sam Peter. Okay.
Well, anyway, that punch reminded me of how, unfortunately, my boy Jeremy, how Sam caught Jeremy. It was kind of a similar, like, Jeremy was going out, and it's like, because he timed it. Your son timed it really well, caught this dude. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful shot. And he was piecing him up like a Kit Kat. up to that point as well. You know what I mean?
Right,
It
right.
was nice. So the big talk now, from what I'm understanding, and you tell me if I'm wrong, is they want Haney next. You want Haney next, I should say, or is that
I
not?
mean, I'm not in privy to say so much or whatever else, but I would like that fight. I would like that fight next.
Or okay, so you can't. Are there talks going on though with somebody right now?
I mean, that's I think public news, I believe. So I'm not sure what I can or can't say, but I'm pretty sure that's public news.
That there are talks going on.
Bill Haney said that yesterday. So if they are or not, I don't know. But Bill Haney was on the Boxing Voice, and he said that yesterday.
Okay, okay. So that means all right. I get it. We get it. Wink, 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 wink. Who do you think? All right, if you had your choice to fight, and now you got guys like T.O. because Devin, Ryan, these guys that weren't at 47 but kind of are now. Who would you pick if you could pick anybody? And it's up to you, and you could just wave a magic wand. That's who you got. Who would you fight?
Are the ones coming up?
Yeah, all the 47 guys now that are in 47.
If Ryan didn't lose, it'd be Ryan. If Ryan didn't lose, it's Ryan hands down.
This money,
yeah, Ryan hands down. Outside of that, I'm gonna say Rolly. I'm gonna say Rolly. I mean, I like Rolly. I like Rolly as a fighter. I think Rolly is I was just talking about this earlier today. The casual boxing fans and the casual boxing fans are the mass majority of the money that's in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds crazy, but us hardcores are gonna watch what we watch no matter what. But when those real numbers come in, those are the casual fans that's bringing those real numbers in. You know what I'm saying? Us hardcore fans, like if you get a certain fight where don't nobody want to see, us hardcore still gonna watch it just because we want to know the outcome. You know what I mean?
And Rolly has a belt.
Say what now? Yeah,
Rolly has a belt, right?
Yeah. No. I think that's gonna be an exciting fight. I think it's an exciting fight, and so I think that's for the casual fans, the hardcore fans. Rolly is a name. Beating Rolly means some. Rolly just coming out his big win he just dropped Ryan Garcia with a left hook, and Ryan Garcia arguably had one of the best left hooks in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Outside of my son now, but but he did just have arguably one of the best left hooks in boxing. So I think that would be a great fight.
All right. So of these, I mean, who are we looking at here? So okay, of all these guys, Rolly, Devin, Ryan, who do you think is first? Would be the easiest for your son, and then who do you think would be the most challenging? Not, of course, who's going to beat him, but who would just be more challenging?
No, I'm with you. You say who do I think is first?
Oh, who would be the easiest of all of the elite?
Just easy. So we're not talking about the actual fights. We're talking about who would be the easiest to beat.
No, yes, the easiest to beat, and then who would be the most challenging to beat?
That's out of anybody or the ones coming up?
The ones that are just the names at 47.
The names that just came up.
Yeah, or the ones that
are already... Can you give it a name? We're talking about.
Okay. Ryan, Rolly, Devin.
Right now, it's two people. I can tell you, Ryan. I'm gonna say Ryan will be the easiest right now because
I got one more. And Connor Ben, because
right now, I think Ryan will be the easiest beat. It's simply not because of skills or nothing else, just simply because he's damaged goods. Simply because, and I'm not being funny. I don't talk shit on fighters. I'm just an honest person. I'm a realist, and I call it like I see it. Mentally, we know he's a little fragile, and that's not in a negative way. A lot of us have our problems at our certain times. So he's known to have, emotional or even drug addictions or whatever he had before. So he already known to have that. You got to think that's a lot of pressure he under. And then he just lost on that big stage to Rolly. You saw what happened after he got dropped by Rolly. You see how he started acting. He was paranoid, and then so he showed he was a real person. Like, some people are built for this and some people are not.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Ryan not built for it, but he's very fragile mentally, I believe. That's my personal belief. But again, that's not no negative slight to him, just being real. So I think
you don't agree with the fact that, because his whole thing was like he looked that way because his hand was injured. You don't agree?
No, he lying. I don't believe that at all. He lying.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I watched him. No, no, absolutely not. You got me a fighter of his caliber, a fighter that's been doing this all his life. You can go back and watch my son's old fight. My son only had two hands for 5 fights now. Well, no,
Mhm.
yeah, 5 fights now. My son's hand was first fixed when he fought Quentin Randall, which was a terrible fight because he tried to smother himself. He tried to overdo it and over anxious, and Quentin Randall makes for an ugly fight anyway. And then his hands was okay with Boca Chica, which was an ugly fight, but God graced us, so it gave us the fight with Santillon. He hurt his left hand with Santillon. Before Quentin Randall, he didn't have a left hand. He didn't
Okay.
have a left hand then. He only had a right hand. Then he hurt his left hand with Santillon, so now he couldn't fight at all. So he
Right.
came back and got it. So I mean, so with
Okay.
that being said, I'm saying he fought all of these fights with no hands, with
Okay.
one hand.
So no excuses.
There's no excuses.
Okay.
No,
So
a fight of his caliber knows how to make adjustments. You seen Tate do it.
well, he
I mean,
didn't. Yeah. Yeah. And it was his right hand that was hurt, and he wasn't throwing his left. So I'm kind of with you.
yeah, right. Especially if you're a hooker. Like, come on, man. So no, I think that the easiest fight to be right now, just right now, not saying for skills or nothing else, but
Okay. Would be Ryan.
just the whole thing. I think Ryan would be the easiest fight.
And now let me throw in, because we mentioned the four. Teofimo was also one of them.
Tio.
Right.
I think Ryan would be easiest. I
Okay.
think
The most challenging, who would be from those five?
thinking about it is, I'm gonna say the most challenging, not to win the fight, because I think he'll be one of the easiest to win the fight, but he'll be the most challenging to look well against, and that will be Devin. And that's right now also too, because the way he looked against Jose Ramirez, he ran too much.
Yeah.
So I think he will be one of the easiest to beat, because I don't think he's gonna throw a lot of punches just like he did with Jose Ramirez. So I don't think he'll be hard to beat. I just think he'll be hard to look good against.
Okay.
You
Okay.
get where I'm coming from?
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
When somebody wants to stay away,
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying with Ryan doesn't have that moving type style. Ryan's gonna be there to be hit. My son is about the same size as Ryan. So my son will be able to get to Ryan. Rolly is a little shorter than Ryan. He got a reach advantage. I mean, Ryan got a reach advantage over Rolly. So he couldn't stand toe to toe really and land the shots that he needed to land like he wanted to at will. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Even though Rolly had lack of punches also. So
Right.
I would say the easiest would be Ryan right now. I would say another easy win would be Devin, but he would make it hard to look good because of how PTSD he got right now. Now on to the real ones, because those two are damaged goods mentally.
Mhm.
Now on to the real fighters that are not damaged goods right now. I think Tio will be the next easiest. And who was the last one?
Connor, Ben.
No. I'm gonna take that back. Rolly. I think Rolly will be easier than Tio. I think Rolly will be easier than Tio because Rolly's gonna be there to fight. And he's gonna be there to be hit. Tio got some athleticism, but I do notice when he uses his athleticism, people don't notice this. He's straight in and straight out. He's not coming in at a lot of different angles like people think he's coming in at. He's not. I literally watch what he do. He's doing that shit on the outside. He's not coming in at a certain angle like a Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing that. He's not coming in at those angles like y'all think he's coming in there. He just outside doing some athletic shit that he really comes straight in. You just have to pay attention. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Don't
give
it away, coach. Don't give away too much.
You're right. You're right. You're right. But anyway, so
Okay.
I think Tio will be the next easiest. And who was the last one?
Connor, Ben. I would love. Let me tell you something. I would love to see Connor and your son fight.
I would love to see Connor being too. He might be, if he was tough, it would just be because he's literally tough. So if he's tough, it's because he's tough. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meaning like he got a lot of grit to him. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And we seen that in the Eubank fight he just fought.
Mm-hmm.
And with a 168 pound pretty much Eubank. So if he's tough, it's because it's tough. His skill set won't make it hard. It's just his toughness might make it hard.
Okay. Yeah, he to me, and I mean, I don't know why he doesn't come up because I mean, maybe I'm wrong. You know a little bit better. Wouldn't going over to England and because he's so big there, wouldn't that be a big payday and a big fight?
First of all, let me say something to HLD.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't tell me I think my son is super skillful when I know my son is super skillful. You wasn't with my son in the amateurs. You're not with my son every day. You don't see what he do. You seen my son in the ring 28 times or however many times you seen him in the ring, and you've never seen him defeated. We've seen Teofimo in the ring several times, and we've seen him look like shit several times. My son look like shit twice. That's it. That's it. Twice. You feel what I'm saying? And guess what? He won those fights. So Tio did not. Tio got dropped twice in one fight against a guy that Norman lost age terribly because he just got beat up by Richardson bad. He got stopped by Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, HLD? Anyway, back to what you were saying, Marco. I had to get HLD straight. You know how he be, man. He be running his damn mouth.
He goes, I knew you would react. Nah, I was saying about Conor
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. One more. I just saw something else. Hold up.
Go ahead. Be my guest.
Norman, let me see. Tio smokes Norman. Robert Tiago, whatever your name is. I respect your opinion, but I'm sorry, Tio don't even believe that because Tio ducked us. You didn't hear? You didn't know? You didn't know Tio was offered that Tio was literally offered a fight to us. He was the WBO junior welterweight champion, and he was offered a fight in September 27th, 2024, and he didn't take the fight. So I'm sorry to tell you, but Tio don't feel that way. But go ahead.
Somebody's saying that Africa, aka Hitchens, said he'll move up and fight your son. I haven't heard that. Have you heard that?
I heard he said it too. I didn't hear him say it either, but I love that fight. I love it. I love that fight just because he said it. And I heard he said Tio. I mean that Devin would beat my son. I would love to fight ever. I would love to.
So your son is what, 24?
24 years old.
24. Okay. So and he is jacked. Like he's a solid dude. So how much longer are we looking at 47? Because
I'm glad you noticed that. People don't know. Let me tell you. I'm gonna give y'all some fighters to look at and give you fighters to think about. Pitbull. Bivol. What's the one Bivol just fought? Better BF. Brian Norman. Let me think of somebody else. Look at the density of those guys. They got dense, but they're dense. You can literally look at them and see it. Yeah. They're dense.
Yeah.
It's not just size, it's density. It's like going to knock on a wall and you can knock on one brick wall and you hear a little bit of do, do, do. And you hear something, you don't hear shit. The knocking is coming from the outside, just from your knuckles touching the concrete. If you know what density is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those guys are dense. So I mean, it's always hilarious for me to listen to and watch these so-called boxing fans and so-called boxing pugilists telling me how they've been watching the fight since the 80s and the 90s and the this and the that. And I'm like, bro, but you ain't never even fought. You ain't never been in that. You don't even know what you're talking about. Some fighters are different because of the densities of their bone. That's why they hit so hard, because when they hit you, it's like a thudding shot.
Yep, absolutely.
It's like a thudding shot. You know what I mean? That's why some fighters are more heavy-handed than other fighters. Simple as that.
Yep.
But what else were you asking me about? I'm sorry.
It's okay. We were talking about Hitchens. So you said you love that fight.
Yeah, I love that fight.
You know, so he's a WBO champion, which is huge, right?
Yes, sir.
So do you feel like he's in the driver's seat since he holds one of the straps? Or do you still feel like some of these other champions get a little more can call the shots a little more because, they're a little more experienced?
Well, I mean, right now, the only other champion that would have even been above him that anybody really put above him was Jerron Anderson. He gone to 154. So if he dropping those belts, Rolly don't hold no leverage over my son. Barrios definitely don't. So those are the only two champions left.
Well, speaking of, Barrios is fighting you-know-who.
Right.
How dope would that be? Or maybe not. I don't know your perspective of if you-know-who, a.k.a. Pac-Man, beats Barrios, your son and Pacquiao to unify. How dope would that be?
I've been thinking about that. And I'm double-sided on that. We all love Manny Pacquiao. everybody, I don't know if people remember why Larry Holmes was so hated. Larry Holmes was hated for beating up Muhammad Ali.
Fucked him up.
Fucked him up. That's why Larry Holmes didn't get the
Well, he also got hated, if you remember. That was after when he lost to Spinks and he shit on Rocky Marciano. People were like, remember that? He goes, Marciano couldn't hold my jockstrap.
right. That's what I'm saying. So you shitted on legends, but still the one that held that held
Ali.
true was Muhammad Ali. You did that. Like, you did that to our hero. Like Ali transcended outside of the sport of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With Manny Pacquiao, to certain people in the Philippines, you know, with him being a politician or whatever he may have going on, over there at least he transcends outside the sport of boxing. All right. I don't know how I feel about that. I love the fight. I love the fight, you know, as a fight fan. I love the fight as a fighter, as a coach. I love the fan as everything else outside of that killer and my son that I tell you I don't know in the ring with Santion and against Jen Sasaki the other day, because I'm looking at his face and that was my baby boy. You get what I'm saying?
So you've never seen him step into that realm?
Killer.
Sparring?
No. Killer. No.
Fuck. Okay.
He's good technically. We practice technical, so that's why I'm telling you about the punches I'm telling you he's throwing. It's technical. He has a technical way he throws to get power. He has a technical way to generate power. Nah, that was vicious. With Santillan, that was vicious. He was vicious.
You guys,
that was scary type stuff what he did. Like, bro, he looked at the man's head, looked at his face, saw his head, saw his face, and said, "Oh, you get." That was very ill intent. You know what I'm saying? And thinking about it, I'm not quite sure if I would have been able to do that when I was a fighter. I don't know if I would have been able to, you know, take that shot. I'm not sure if I'd have put all of that in that shot.
He hit him with
a kill shot. He hit him with a kill shot.
You guys are kind of like the dynamic duo. Like Batman and Robin, because I said this before, and I really like this because you don't see much of this now. Now you see people talk a lot. They don't let their actions and their quiet killer. You know, like how a pit bull is right before they're about to attack, how there's that quiet, vicious silence.
Nothing to say. It just, some of you, like you said, you walk up to them, they ain't growling, they ain't doing nothing.
They're just looking at you.
Some of them just looking at you and waiting for you to get close.
Your son has that, but then he has you.
Yeah,
you'll do the talking. You'll hype the fight. It's a really good combination. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I kind of figured out what it is. I think I'm kind of the part of the problem. I think I am. You know, some people gonna say, "Yeah, you are." I am part of the problem, but I'm also part of what made. I ain't no part of him. A lot of what made him who he is, in a negative way and in a good way.
Well, let's break that down.
All right. So
how so in a negative way?
I put a lot of pressure on him. I always have. He tell me all the time. I do a lot of talking. I do a lot of this. He's always been. I used to. People don't, even before he was boxing. You know what a red nose pit is?
Oh yeah.
So I got other kids, right? He was my baby boy. I had 4. I got 5 kids now, but I had 4 first set of kids. The ages are 6 years apart. I had like a 6-year-old. So let's just say 6, from B all the way up, right? Okay. So B was the baby. So I used to take my 4, and my last child, B is 13 years older than my last child, so she wasn't even in this bunch. So my first 4, and B was the baby, I used to always say, don't make me go get my killer pit, my red nose. Don't make me get my killer red nose pit, right? B was the red nose. And I used to sick it, like, whether it be, wrestling or what. He just had a lot of pressure on him from me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think nothing about it. And the reason I noticed because he told me later on. I didn't think nothing about it. Hey, it was what it was. You know, I am who I am. I'm a feisty talking person. You know, I fight, I box. You know, I used to fight on the street, all kind of stuff, right? And I had respect or whatever else. So he tells me now, he felt pressured from me to live up to my expectations.
Okay.
He tells me now he feels pressure from me to live up to my expectations. Tell y'all the secret. I've said it before. I'm on YouTube talking And I don't really be on I don't do so many videos of doing. I don't really say the same things on any video sometimes because I don't want to be to hear it. He tell me about him. So some of the stuff I talk on here, you'll never really hear me say it nowhere else in front of him. You
So,
feel
like,
what I'm saying?
what kind of stuff? You don't have to get into specifics, but what
Now
kind of stuff?
I'll tell you specifically, especially with the Jerron Ennis talk. He
Okay.
hated when I talk about that. He
Why?
hated because he don't like it. He don't like that. He want to fight. He wanted to fight. He says all he does is like to fight. He don't like all the other drama outside of it. He don't like the he say she say. He don't like all, you know what I'm saying? He don't like all of that. You feel me? He just want to fight.
Does he understand that that's going to help
Yeah,
build his career?
we talk about all that. He understand all of that. Yes, he do. But again,
Okay.
I'm just telling you the dynamics of why I do what I do, say what I say, and I move how I move. When I get on YouTube, I'm free to move because he hate YouTube. He don't do none of this. He ain't on none of this. He ain't in nobody chat. He ain't in nobody comments. He don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's smart.
You very rarely see me go, like if I go on Instagram, when I be on Instagram live with like a Mill City or something, it's where he can't see it. He don't even see me. So that's why I move certain ways. You feel what I'm saying? And he told me. But again, that's what I'm telling you about the good and the bad, because the pressure I put on him created that diamond that you see in the ring, and it created that killer instinct. It created that vicious person that we looking at. And also with the hate from the fans, it's like I can't really cuss so much, like a F it. Like,
Curse
F
all you
y'all.
want. You can curse all you want.
I don't want to cuss no more.
Okay.
I'm trying to stop.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop. I was told I cuss too much. So anyway, he like F it. You know what I'm saying? F all of y'all. Y'all don't care about me anyway. So it's like he fights with a chip on his shoulder. So like I say, I'm the good and I'm the bad. You know what I'm saying? And we talked yesterday and I told him, I understand what you're saying, but let's look at the bright side. If it wasn't for me doing what I do, if it wasn't for that, that concoction, you wouldn't be who you are today.
And the thing is, like you said, pressure makes diamonds. He could have been the kind of child or person who folds from the pressure. No, you're too much pressure. Instead, you make him perform
absolutely
to his highest potential.
Absolutely, and he know that. He know that. He'll still tell you we fall out sometimes or whatever else. Man, I got stories. That people don't know. He gonna always come back to his pop.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He gonna always come back and relate to what the person I raised him. I raised him by myself.
Oh,
it wasn't no mama around like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mom's not in his life.
No, I mean she live in Alaska.
How'd you meet a girl from Alaska?
No, I did. I did. We broke up in 2005. B was 4 years old. We broke up in 2005. I had Brian since he was 4 years. I had all four of my kids since B was 4 years old. At the time when they left, it was 10 to 4. No, my son had just turned 11. No, 11. So my son was 11 and B was 4 years old when me and their mama, they got the same mama, they broke up. She moved away to a guy and got with a guy that's in the military, traveled to Texas, California, went wherever she was going, and the kids stayed with me.
That's great, man. You very rarely hear about a single father raising all the kids.
Yeah, it's all good. So anyway, so with that being said, you know what I mean, he know it's not a secret. He remember the talks. I had to get I had to get the female out of him. He used to go somewhere, he'd be crying and stuff, and I come back. No, we don't do that around here. My grandkids now, we got a saying, we say, hold on, you a big dog, what you crying for? Yeah, shut up, because I'm talking, this is how I brainwash him. You a big dog, what you crying? Big dogs don't cry. Yeah, hush. What big dogs do? Roo, give it to me. Roo. I give them toxic masculinity to the fullest, that somebody say. But hey, I raised 2 young men that don't wear skinny jeans. They don't wear purses. They don't wear I'm so serious. They don't wear fluorescent colors. They have no, ain't none of that in them. Ain't none of that around them. You know what I'm saying? And I want the same thing out of my grandsons or whatever, because I got 3 grandsons the same way, and I'm raising them the exact same way. You know what I mean? That just is what it is.
Let me jump to the super chat here. This is for you. How realistic is the Devin fight to be next? You kind of mentioned you can't talk about it, but
So when you say how realistic, well, we got a scale of 1 to 10, or if it's a 10, I'm gonna say it's a 15.
Oh shit.
I mean, why wouldn't it be eight? Why wouldn't it be like my son? Just he's you know what I mean. For the people hate to say this, he's known now. He's known for whatever he's known from. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
known now. He's the best. He's literally the best welterweight in the division.
Can we talk about if this is going to be a Riyadh season type joint?
I can't talk about. No, I can't.
You can't. Well, that means yes. Okay, cool. I hope so. I hope so for you because that's
I
bringing
can't. Hey, look, he a world champ. He a world champion. I would love it to be in Riyadh season. I would absolutely. We would absolutely. You know, that's another thing about the Jensen Saki fight that people not getting either. People were saying you can go look at all the he a world champ. Don't nobody know. That's why he got to go here. That's why he got to go there. He's a man. Why you got to go to the? Listen, that's what creates the story. He wouldn't have just got the knockout that he just got all the way from Japan if he didn't go to Japan. You know what I mean? So you have to bring it to get it. That's what people don't understand. They say it, but they don't understand it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and you have to risk it all to get it all. The more you risk, the more you gain. I mean, it's simple.
Okay.
No, it's not hard at all.
Okay. So you're in the very rare position of being a father trainer, but also a professional yourself.
Right.
With, if I'm not mistaken, how many fights you have? 35?
31. Got 31.
31 fights. So, and this is interesting because a lot of the other father trainers in and around your weight division, you might be the only one that actually fought. So, how important do you think it is as a trainer to have actually fucking fought?
In my particular instance, I believe that I've said this also before too. You know how certain chefs like McDonald's with the Big Mac, you come up with a certain recipe that just happens to be a winner. Or, you know, even with music, when you put it together, it's a winner.
Yeah.
With me and my son's dynamics, with me and my son's temperament, with me and my son is me. If you ever listen to him talk, if you ever listen to him talk about me, if you ever listen to him tell you how he's me. He's literally me. Like, and he tell me that too. That's a problem for him too. You know, he said sometimes he don't like to be me. But he is. He me. He me. He's literally me. When it comes to almost the same height, I'm bigger than him naturally because I was a weightlifter first. So but as a whole, he's literally me. So it's perfect training me to get through all the mistakes I made and to, you know, get away from it. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like a continuance of my career. So it's like he's a whole nother weapon. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like I tell him, I know what he going through. I know what he been through. I know about the pressure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know about all of it. You feel me? So I can talk him right through it. When it comes to the type of fighter you fight, when it comes to the this and when it comes to the that, we can exchange experiences and everything and so on and so on. But it's a perfect concoction. It's a perfect recipe.
Yeah, it absolutely. And you know, I was thinking about that. I'm like, you know, a lot of these other fathers have never fought, and I was curious, how do you think you have to have fought before to be a successful trainer, or do you think that's not necessary?
No, I don't think it's necessary at all. That's not necessary by example. That's not necessary by history. But I will say is this, being that I am is definitely a plus because I can, you know, we talk about empathy, talk about it's easy to say and not do. It's easier said than done. Nah, you can't tell me that because I can do it. You can't tell me that because I have done it. You can't tell me that because I get in the ring and do it. I'm just had this conversation the other day. I got in the ring and did something I told him about.
I know. With Greg Hackett.
No. Not just that. When we're in the gym training, and he'll be like, and he'll try me like, show me. And guess what? I'm gonna get in the ring and show you. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about.
Right.
So that's a good thing about it.
Let me ask. Let me wrap it up in a little bit. I don't want to keep you too long. What fighters has your son sparred? What are the biggest names that he sparred? If that's something that comes to mind, you could talk about. Who's he sparred?
Some of the bigger names. I don't know if y'all remember Anthony Peterson. That was Lamont Peterson, little brother. He sparred Deron Ennis. He sparred Tank Davis. He sparred Charles Conwell. He sparred Terrence Crawford.
Okay, hold on. When was that?
All of those was back when he was 20 and below. With Tank 21. So again,
Oh,
he sparred Tank. He sparred Tank when he was 16, and then he sparred him again twice when he was 21. So I'm gonna say 21 and below. He haven't sparred any of those guys since he was 21 years old.
Okay.
I mean, it got. I mean, with the stories that got out about those sparring sessions, you know, certain people didn't want to work. Even Devin Haney. I forgot. You just reminded me about that.
Oh, you sparred him?
Thank you. You just reminded me. We tried to spar Devin Haney. He was still 135 though. But my son was small. He walked around. My son walked around in the 40s, high 40s. But we tried to spar Devin Haney when we first started. But the stories was out about Tank and I think Crawford already. And Bill said that he didn't want no parts of that. He didn't want to get caught up in all of that. So I forgot all about that. We tried to spar Haney back when my son first went pro, pretty much. Well, not first went pro, but I'm going to say about 20, 21 years old.
So when he sparred Bud, was it light work or were they going all out?
They was going all out.
And what can you tell me about that?
I can't tell you nothing, but it was good work. That's it.
You can't tell me nothing. Okay. You keep it. What happens in the gym stays in the gym.
Absolutely.
Okay. Last thing I want to ask about the thing that everybody's talking about is obviously Boots and how he moved up. What are your thoughts on Boots moving up, and your thoughts on maybe them meeting at 54 sometime soon? Because as we talked about, your son's a big kid. He can't stay too much longer at that weight.
I look at it this way. I don't. It's not even hard to see, but that's because I want to see, and other people don't want to see. I don't understand what we're talking about. Like I say, even right now to this day, as opposed to yesterday, you got a person right here that don't have a fight. We don't have a fight. You got a person that's said verbally, May the 16th, that you want to lock a fight in for November, October, November, December. It's not October, November, December yet. And the week of the fight, and literally a day before the week of the fight, your promoter announced a possible move. What kind of announcement is a possible move up? And a day before the fight, you come out and say you're moving up. What kind of announcement is that? Just move up. Just make a fight. You ain't got to announce that. But hey, man, look, it is what it is. Again, I keep telling people my son moved like that. Do you know how many? Man, you know how bad it'll be. But hey, it is what it is. I don't expect no different, because I done said so many things and seen so many whatevers, and people just don't want to admit to certain things. I'm like, you know what? You clearly just don't want to know. Like, for example, I asked one of his fans, Boots ever knocked somebody out that bad? Yeah, he got some. Who? The little man Clay. Oh, you mean the ones that he hit in the back of the head and they got up and they were still standing when the referee was up? I mean, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man they got on. I mean, that man Santion. He ever knocked somebody out like Santion? Roman, bro, he did not. He did not beat these people like my son beating these people. He did not. But hey, it's all opinionated, man. They gonna see what they want to see. They gonna know what they want to know. And I ain't used to talking about it no more. I'm about to, you know, hopefully we can go on and move on past that. I'm done with it. I'm gonna say something to Jerron. I'm gonna say something to him when I do see him, and I'm gonna ask him myself, because his dad ain't answering the phone. His brother won't give him a message for me, so I'm gonna make sure I tell him on face. I'm gonna ask him, you ready to stop ducking? I'm gonna ask him myself.
Yeah. Well, you know, we look forward to that fight. I do think it'll happen. You know, it's just a matter of time. But hey, man, I appreciate you jumping on.
No problem, man.
Yeah, man, we'll talk soon.
Okay, boss.
All right, my man.